We started this series, The Heartbeat, in the middle of a global pandemic. Through so many challenges, we wanted to remind ourselves, others, and the students we serve of the true reason of why we come to Grand Island Public Schools every day, and that's our students. Today, I'm excited for this last episode to spend some time with Tracy Skalberg, our Executive Director for the Grand Island Public Schools Foundation. The foundation has been a partner for Grand Island Public Schools for many, many years. And during this pandemic, they have elevated their support, their awareness, and spreading hope wherever possible.
When I was growing up, my dad always said, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And, I think that is really the mantra that the foundation board and the foundation staff pulled together when this pandemic happened. We just decided that there were going to be some needs out there that were going to go unmet, and we felt like we needed to mobilize. We pulled together, we had our board meeting virtual for the first time in March of 2020, and we immediately seeded an emergency relief fund with $10,000 of our money. We didn't know where that money was coming from, but we knew that we needed to step up and be an example. We build a fund based on guidelines, and then we have committees that oversee those things so that the things coming in meet the guidelines. We are a support system. We are a catalyst to bring resources in, but those social workers for GIPS, they're amazing. Counselors as well, and we dialed into them, and we wanted to give them an extra fund to be able to have for their resource.
Definitely the probably greatest need I saw was mental health wise. We just had a tremendous number of students that were impacted and had a gap in services and needs because of their family situation shifting. And so maybe that impacted them in a way where they didn't have access or transportation or reliability to get into services and supports.
There were a lot of tangible needs like rent and internet and, transportation and those things that we see, and it's pretty easy to plug the gap. But those mental health needs, I've never seen so much come through. And we built the emergency fund so that we could meet some of those needs.
When we are serving students, it's like we get this range of kids that we're working with, and so for every kid it's different, and mental health looks really different for each kid. We have been so supported by the foundation. They might pay for 4 to 6 sessions or sessions, specifically until we can get, any of the healthcare barriers eliminated or addressed so that they can access services through insurance or Medicaid.
Even in a non-pandemic COVID year, what are some of the ways that the foundation supports our students?
Yeah, well, we have a lot of funds that have specific criteria to help students, but one of them that I really like is that kindness fund, Bud and Gloria Wallback Student Kindness Fund. We worked with Gloria before she passed away and built this fund to be able to spread her legacy of kindness. And she really wanted it to be there for kids that just needed something extra. Sometimes it's an opportunity they can't pay for, like some kind of a camp or some kind of a, educational opportunity. Gosh, we've just funded the greatest things, really. I mean, there's been dual credit, and we've funded kids to go to these wonderful conferences sometimes, and and it's. And again, sometimes it's funding kids to get to a medical appointment.
I had a kid on the autism spectrum that I was working with. Part of one of his coping strategies was to be able to draw and paint and do things to distract him. And he really didn't have the funding in his family to have access to those services at home. So the foundation got me a gift card to Hobby Lobby, and I was able to take him shopping, and we were able to get him some painting supplies and things so that when he was really struggling, not only did he have a list of things that he used for coping strategies, he actually had the resources to be able to do those things at home. And we're so lucky to have the foundation, and they do so much good. And I think people know that, but they just don't know that. I think they're saving people's lives. Like, when we talk about every student every day as success, I mean, we obviously want them to be successful academically, and they have made that happen in a way that districts throughout the nation haven't been able to do. You know, every step they did and every dollar they gave really went to students, and it was amazing to sit across from those students and see what that provided. You know, it can just be like, I got a $15 membership for a kid to be able to be in 4-H and show a goat. And it seems so simple, but that meant everything to that kid because he knew the foundation and people in our community were behind him and standing with him to help him, like, big or little, anything that came up along the way.
Certainly we don't take the place of a tax-funded education, but we really want to wrap around it and make it more robust, make it more, you know, just more enriched. And so that's what the foundation is here for. All of our programs, everything we do is around access and equity. We want our kids to have access to the best opportunities. And we want to make sure that the playing field is equitable. And so, you know, if a kid needs help getting to the starting line, we want to help.